It has been a year since the village of Godley was torn apart when 3 bodies, including one of our victims, were brutally murdered by a killer only known to us as the Shadow. A year on, and what once was known as the small peaceful village of Simley has now become the centre of a murder investigation. ERTV News have been given exclusive access to the scene of the crime, where yet 3 more bodies have been discovered, once again murdered, we believe, by the Shadow. As you can see behind me, the police have cornered off the scene of the crime to allow the forensic team to come in and investigate the area and find out who the Shadow really is. What you're about to witness can be seen as disturbing and extremely horrific, and is certainly not for children viewing. The first body that was discovered was that of a male who was decapitated and brutally stabbed in the back several times. Moving further back in towards this drive, you can see that there is a second victim, this time hanging out of the car, brutally stabbed in the chest, and his throat has been slashed. What can possess a killer to be so brutal is absolute bloodbath here. What we only know ever happens in horror movies seems to be happening far too real here in Simley. Moving further back, you can see there is a third and final victim. A victim who has been brutally stabbed in the chest and his throat slashed once again. But what we have to ask here at ERTV News is, why has this victim been hung up like a gruesome crucifixion? And why has he been dressed in a horror costume? Can this village ever get back to normal after this horrific findings? Will the Shadow ever be caught, and will the killer ever strike again? This is Eric Myers, ERTV News, reporting to you live from Simley. Sue, please. Is Eric Myers. Yes, Sue, it's Eric. Look, I have a problem. I have been working for this damn company now for 15 years. And I'll tell you now, I am the best you'll ever get. Rubbish, I deserve better than this. I've just done the most amazing coverage on that massacre in Simley. And I demand Anchorage. I want that Anchorage position now. I have worked hard for it. And now you're telling me, no, listen to me. Now you're telling me you're giving it to someone else? Then you know who I am. I'm Eric Myers, reporter of the year 2009, 10, 11, and now I'm up for 2012. I demand respect and acknowledgement for all the work I have done. Now get me that anchor job, or, I tell you what, or I'm gone. Simple as. sakes.
Do you believe in the boogeyman? Do you believe that people can dream about what's going to happen?
No. It has been a year since the small village of Godley was torn apart, where 3 bodies, including one of our reporters, was brutally It has been a year since the small village of Godley was torn apart by... As we walk further back through the drive, you can see that there is a second victim who... What can possess a killer to be so brutal? God damn it. What we have to ask here... Hello? You come forward? Will this village ever get back to normal following these discoveries? Will the shadow ever be caught? No keys! It's Eric Myers. Yep, no, I want to speak to her now.